What's going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, I'll be reviewing the AFLW Collingwood season, going over what I liked, what I didn't like. So let's roll the intro, jump straight into it. Just before we do jump into it, Swoopers, if you're new to this channel, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if you're a returning Swooper, thank you so much for the support. It really means a lot to me. So what an absolute roller coaster of the season. We had patches where we were really good, patches where we dropped our colours a bit. Not that black and white are really colours, but anyway. And then patches where we were good again, got into the finals, ultimately lost it. So we finished the season 4 wins, 3 losses, which is, a pretty decent record, seeing as though we've never hit over 3 wins in a season, and we made finals for the very first time in our AFLW history. We started off the season pretty strongly, smashing the Eagles, who were just joining the competition, and then beating our arch rivals, Carlton, at their home ground, which is always a nice win. Doesn't matter where it is or who's playing, always nice to beat the arch rivals. Then we had a little bit of a how's it going against Fremantle over there. Lost by 3 measly points where, easily could have been a win, but, stuff happens. Then we got smashed by the Demons. And then, like I said, our colours rose again. Then we went on a 2-in-a-row winning streak against the Bulldogs and then against Brisbane. And at this point, we were sitting 4th on the ladder. We had games against the Saints and Geelong coming up. And then COVID-19 struck and the AFL organisation was just turned onto its head. So if you're not aware, the AFLW works on 2 conference system. Conference A and Conference B. Top 3 teams from both conferences go and play into the finals. We were sitting 4th, 2 very winnable games, and we could have snuck into 2nd, possibly 3rd. But as you know, that's not how it played out. What did happen was there was that huge meeting. The girls and us as supporters were told that it would only be, the top couple of teams from each conference going through, and we weren't going to play finals. And I was absolutely gutted. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen my big ranty post. I was just, they were cancelling the season. They were just going to play finals. And I was just absolutely gutted. And then an hour later, the AFL was like, well, actually, no, we were wrong. Top 4 teams are going to be playing finals in each conference. And then bang. Then we were back into it, and we were going to verse the almighty Kangaroos from Conference A. We didn't win our first ever final, and we went down to the Roos by a couple of points in a game where we really should have won. We were the better team for 2.5 quarters. But if you want to hit my review, just jump into the video before this one. But pretty much, that was our season in a nutshell. Didn't end the way we intended it to, or that no one intended it to, but that's the 2020 season. So with these next couple of things, big improver, most impressive, and special mentions, I picked out a few of the players that I thought, personally, were my, in those 3 categories. But I would love for you to leave, who are your big improvers, most impressive, and, special mentions down below. So let's start off with big improvers. So I've picked 2 of the girls in here, but any one of them could be in here because everyone as a team just improved, 110%. But let's kick it off with Britt Benici. She went from being a midfielder who was just predominantly tagging. She's played every single game since the 2017 start of the competition. She went from about 15 average disposals to a hard nut midfielder who isn't tagging anymore. She's winning her own ball. She's gone up to 20 average disposals a game. She's one of our most important cogs in that midfield, and to borrow a term from soccer, she's a box-to-box midfielder. So she's in between the arcs and she's just everywhere in there. And love the way she went about it this season. Second, Shani Layton. She would say it herself, everyone's been saying it, Premier Ruckman in the competition this year. She went from being a bit of, when Bambi is learning to walk and Bambi's, sliding everywhere last season, to now she's like a full-flighted, what is Bambi, a deer? A full-flighted, deer. That is the worst analogy I could ever think of. So Shani, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. What I meant to say is that she's just improved tenfold. Grundy's helping her out in the ruck, or was helping her out in the ruck, during training and stuff. And it's not just her ruck work, it's her midfield work as well. she does it in the sense that Brodie Grundy can, double up as a midfielder as well. And she's a very good resting deep forward because she can kick a couple of goals. Double up as a midfielder as well. And she's a very good resting deep forward because she can kick a couple of goals. So they're my two big improvers of the Collingwood 2020 side. So next up is the most impressive. So if you've been watching my videos, these next three girls aren't going to be any of a shock to you. But let's start it off with Jamie Lambert. Now, Jamie Lambert is my favourite AFLW player and Collingwood AFLW player. She is just phenomenal and everything that I strive to be as a midfielder. I think she came second in the AFLPA coaching accreditation scoreboard, for the AFLW coaches and stuff like that. It's just props to her because she monstered the competition, especially in that first half. In her first 3 games, she picked up 10 coaches' votes in each of those games. But she was prolific, and I cannot wait to see what she brings in 2021. And I dare say another club best and fairest is coming her way. Second girl I've got in here, Chloe Malloy. After an injury-ravaged 2019, her footy IQ is just, phenomenal. You'd think she'd been playing for, 10, 15 years because when she has the ball, like Pendle, she has the ability to kind of like slow down and make great decisions. She's a great decision maker. Pretty much, she's just so talented and is a joy to watch when she's doing what I do on the Western Ring Road and just weaving through traffic, and scoring those goals. The third and last girl I've got on here as my most impressive, Bree Davey, poaching Carlton's, best player and their captain. It was just a steal. It was pretty much a steal. We had to give up a little bit, early draft picks, but she just proved herself. Yes, she had a bit of a false start with that calf injury in the couple of opening rounds, but after that, she came back, got her own ball, big disposal getter, and score involvement and a tackling machine. I said in one of my videos that, she had 30 disposals and 10 tackles. I would take the 10 tackles over the 30 disposals because it just shows her intent to win the ball, which I absolutely love. Special mention, so I handpicked a bunch of girls that I wanted to shout out. So let's start it off. First off the bat, Sarah Darcy. We went into this season, with commentary saying that we didn't have a real big, forward target. Where were our goals going to come from? Yes, Sarah finished with 4 goals, 11, so her accuracy really wasn't there, something that needs to be improved on in the preseason, but she could take a really big grab. Against Brisbane, she had 4 or 5 contested marks, and if her accuracy can just improve, she'll be a big chance at leading our goal kicking tally by season's end next year. Another girl I wanted to mention, Alana Porter, first year player, and you couldn't tell because she had such poise and finesse in that back line. She was playing on, real good forwards, and as a first year player playing on big forwards and stuff, it could be daunting, but like I said, she had that poise and she was confident with the ball coming out of defense. Third person I'm going to give a shout out to is Jordan Membry, our leading goal kicker with 7 goals. I love that she resurrected her career after she went to the Gold Coast, the Lions, Collingwood, blah blah blah, back at the Pies, and she's found herself in our best team. Last but not least, Ash Brazel and Stacey Livington in our defence. We have Ash, we win against the Kangaroos because she's just crazy good, but that's not the way it went down, and I wish her all the best in her recovery from that ACL injury. But Stacey Livington had a great season playing on, the likes of Taylor Harris and stuff like that, and really nullifying them, and she's capped it off with an All-Australian. Swoop votes have been counted, and drum roll please. Coming in third place in the Collingwood AFLW Swoop votes is Brianna Davies. So, clap for her, congratulations. So second place and first place was split by 1 vote, and let me tell you, it was split by 1 vote in the last round. So that is crazy. Drum roll please for second place. So coming in second place in the Swoop votes for this AFLW season is Britt Benici. So that means first place, Jamie Lambert. I don't have a trophy for you, but congratulations on winning the inaugural Swoop votes count for the AFLW season. Here's a shaka. Here's a bit of wine. Congrats, Jamie Lambert. where to from here? So we've got a pretty healthy and hungry list. I'm sure that the girls are going to want to atone for that crazy loss to the Kangaroos, because I'm still bleeding about it, so I can only imagine that they're still bleeding about it. In regards to trades and drafting and stuff, with Ash Brazel going down with that ACL injury, I think it would be great to get another premier defender, because she won't come back till towards the end or in the middle of the AFLW season next season. So I think another, not even a premier defender, just another defender to build our stocks up. In regards to forwards, I think Sarah Darcy and Sophie Alexander and Membry are doing a good job up forward, so I don't think we need another, big name forward or anything like that. I think with another preseason under their belt, we're going to have a forward line that is going to threaten. So, final thoughts. So I just want to make mention to Steve Simmons, first year coach of the Collingwood AFLW team, and he has done just an outstanding job. It was a big task going from the 3 years that we had before him, where it was just really boring, defensive, uninteresting football, to what we're playing now, which is exciting, fun to watch, fast-paced, and scoring football. And that's exactly what footy should be. I think one of our big assets, especially with Steve and the coaches, was how we could transition from defense to attacking in that free-flowing spirit. And like I said in one of my previous videos, that wall that we built and the press that we gave to opposition trying to come out of their defense, it was good to see. Yes, there's a lot of fine-tuning that can be done, but he's only been coaching us for one season, so we can only improve from here, and that's what I'm so excited about. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'll have a bunch more videos coming out soon in regards to the boys and stuff like that. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. But in the meantime, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers, I'll swoop you later. So they're my two big improvements. So what a roller coaster of a season. We finished. Give it. Lex. No. Bed. Then we went on a 2-winning streak. A 2 in a row winning streak. Then we went on a 2 in a row. Bleh.